It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter we had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Da, da, da. Welcome to Nightbane. If you don't know what that is, well, you gotta go back and watch previous episodes to understand, and then send in your box tops for the secret decoder ring. Yay!
Secret message.
Secret message. Anyway, last week on Nightbane, we found a second mirror located close by that we could go back to the area where the Mechanoids and the vampires are, staging World War III. Or, I mean, vampires may or may not know what's going to happen next, but the Mechanoids are definitely there in force, watching the vampires. We found a second mirror to go there. We found that this town, or the house that they are in, is still under heavy watch. The Mechanoids did notice your scouting party, but didn't take any action against them. And we started learning some botany and some gardening and some language. Now we are getting ready. Lawrence and Silas are getting ready to go back through the mirror to see if they can make contact with the Mechanoids. And I don't know, establish relationships or start a war. We shall see what happens. Are you ready? Any last will and testament you want to get out of the way before you head through? And just so it's said, I'm sure you're not taking the piece of metal with you?
I'm not taking the piece of metal with me.
Okay.
I don't want that to get confiscated.
Compensated?
Confiscated? I can't say that word
The
apparently.
sign is that we want to meet with them the next day, right?
Not the next day, no.
Oh, when are we saying? What is the sign saying we wanted to meet?
Yeah, as Lawrence and Ox are walking up to the tent.
Yeah. Just say, hey.
Just real quick, because this is a good point.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be like we want to meet the next day, because that doesn't specify time. I mean, we don't know if they measure time the same way as us. It should be more of clarification, like, safe to talk here? Can we schedule a meeting? Or schedule meeting between kinds?
Sounds good. I like that.
I wonder if they understand the meaning of parlay.
They seem pretty smart.
Maybe we can put parlay. We would like to talk. I mean, they probably... Okay, if we go into the sci-fi realm of things, they probably already downloaded the entire internet and know our language perfectly. So, arguably, they would understand what parlay means. Although, does parlay include us going onto their ship? Because I don't want to suggest that.
Maybe we should just keep it simple. Maybe like meeting here tomorrow at.
Well, we want to engage a little bit of a conversation, so that's just kind of giving them something. We don't know if they're going to accept it. We want to actually start the conversation. So, like, meeting? Can we talk?
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. You get up to the mirror. Tanya is like, "Oh, you guys ready?" She will set the mirror on the portal, and Silas holds out his hand and stops you from going through. Lawrence. He's like, "Well, that's not going to take long to get their attention."
What? What happened?
They're watching the mirror in the building.
Oh, we don't need the sign.
Well, no, I guess not. There is one sphere and two of the Mechanoids in the house, smaller versions, looking at the mirror.
Well, guess we better not keep them waiting.
Chances are they've been waiting.
That's probably true. I mean, robots. So I
They
don't wanna
are
make
currently
assumptions.
invisible, but they are there.
Do they look mean?
How would you tell if they looked mean?
I don't know.
They have
Just
no
felt like
weapons
the
out,
right
but
thing
they've
to
never had
ask.
any weapons out.
It's probably like lasers in their wrists or something. Well, Uncle Ox, you want to go first? You're a better talker, right?
He wasn't going,
Oh, he's just here to party. You're muted.
and you're muted.
You need your bark to move for us to hear.
I just said a bunch of stuff for nothing. I'm gonna say, well, I wasn't gonna go because nothing was gonna happen. You were just gonna hold up a sign and leave. But if we're actually gonna talk to the people, I'll go.
Yeah, something's probably gonna happen if they're there waiting for us.
So yeah, so I'll go through and Lawrence, and then I guess Silas probably needs to come through. I guess.
He's gonna go through. He can definitely tell you guys if more show up that are still invisible.
Yeah, and Lawrence needs to be there because he can speak their language, assuming they can't speak English, or can they speak English?
They
Can?
spoke English last time.
They spoke
They did.
English last time. Okay. Okay, so
Remember,
Let's
they
go
have a lot of
through.
sitcoms to learn our language through.
Ox will go through, hold up his limbs,
Branches.
and wait for the other two. Hopefully, it's not getting
Before you go through,
obliterated.
before anyone goes through, Silas will say, okay, just so you guys are aware, the moment we step through, we are confirming to them that we use the mirrors to travel.
I'm pretty sure they already know that. Are they
Well,
looking at the mirror?
They're watching the mirror, but I don't think up to this point that they've seen us go through a mirror. I'm just saying, just letting you know, we are establishing 100% that we use mirrors to travel. Just letting you know.
Yeah. So, I'm just trying to understand why that would be a problem.
That's just information.
Okay. Then,
Okay, go through.
Yeah, I'm there.
You guys walk through. You step through. Ox, Lawrence, and eventually Silas. Oh, I guess one more thing before you step through. What are you telling Tanya as far as how long are you going to stay there? When's the return going to happen?
I mean, I'm gonna stand right in front of the mirror, so just keep it open. I think.
probably keep it open.
Well, it's not a two-way. Mirrors aren't two-way things, you know. The portals
You can see the
have
other
to be
side,
flipped.
right?
but she can definitely turn it to a scry so that she can just watch you guys
Yeah, be
Okay,
ready
okay.
to flip it.
and just be
Yeah.
ready to flip it. Okay. So the first one of you explodes
Well,
into a
sure.
million
This
shards
is
of
the hand
mist.
signal to open up the mirror again.
Ah, I don't think we want to be making the hands occupied. Just use your intuition. Be ready to flip it as soon as Ox or Silas explode into a mist of whatever they're made of. Actually, it'll probably be me, but yeah.
Okay. Very good. Greetings. We've
Hey, step to-
arrived for the
Wait,
meeting.
what are you greeting? There's nothing here.
So, I was gonna say, you guys step through. You don't move anywhere. Silas is looking right at them, and then Ox does that. The sphere materializes or becomes uninvisible. Becomes visible.
Revisible?
Why couldn't I come up with that? Becomes visible.
It's a new word. You made it up yourself.
Uninvisible. Now, the last sphere you saw, just reference again, looked like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I want to note that the lights are blue.
Okay.
This sphere that you see in front of you looks identical, except the lights are gold.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Ox, again, please repeat what you say.
Greetings. Here for a meeting to discuss, potentially exchange information.
The sphere goes, greetings. We were wondering if you were going to come back through. What is your interest here?
Just an open dialogue between us. It seems as though we are both have some interest in the vampires. I thought we could maybe, if you had any questions about them or what have you, we could maybe assist in that.
What is your interest in the vampires?
They try to kill us. Mostly, it's the mostly the interest, and we'd like them not to.
Yeah. That is of interest. Yes, that's good. Why is your species on Earth?
We are from Earth, as far as we're aware. So,
You are from Earth?
yeah.
That
A little complex.
doesn't compute.
Probably not.
You are not the same structure as Earth. Reality.
Well, took that away, Lawrence. But I'm not sure what that means exactly. But I can tell you, we were just humans before, several months ago, and we were changed in some way at that point. So I've never known anything but Earth.
So you are like the vampires
No.
in the sense that you were once human and you were made supernatural.
Yes.
In that sense, very limited sense, yes, seemingly.
But that
Although,
kind of depends on your definition of supernatural.
yes. Additionally, some people are born this way. I've come to understand, sort of, and
Yeah.
are not. They don't change.
What caused you to change?
Wait, hang on. Quick question here. For context to what the information we're giving you is, may we ask how long you've been here? That will help conceptualize what we need to tell you. Not should, need to.
When you say here,
Earth?
what do you mean? Earth or
Present
this
inside
location?
Present within this location, potentially realm, if I'm correct.
We've been in this reality for 3 years.
Okay. Do you remember the big ol' event where everything went super dark for 24 hours?
Yes. We still have not found the explanation for that either.
That's what we're trying to figure out too. That's what made us.
Interesting.
This way.
Mm-hmm.
That
We
event
were-
created your species.
No.
No.
It changed some of us who were humans, like us two, into this.
Which already existed.
Yes, yeah. There are other individuals. Lawrence is gonna look back to Silas with a look of, do you want to tell them?
Tell them what?
Because he was a Nightbane before Dark Day.
No. He was a magic user before in Dark.
That's right. Never mind. So, we do know one other person. Whoa.
You know a couple more.
Two accents mixed together. We do know a few other people who were Nightbane before Dark Day. So it's not what created us. But it is something that changed a few of us.
Yeah, and for context, if I may, Ox is going to turn facade for just like a second and then turn back.
Interesting. You can change your shape, but so can vampires.
Yeah, it's a little annoying when they do it though.
How many shapes can you take?
Just the one.
Or two?
Well, yeah. There's one and the other. Last I checked, they could turn into wolves, bats, probably other
Mist.
things. It's like a whole list.
Wolves, bats, mists,
Mists. And the humanoid
water
shape.
vapor, and the humanoid shape.
But that's
And-
also why I say it depends on what your definition of supernatural is. Because ours could have been a mathematical answer to it. Like a dimensional effect that I don't understand, having grown up on this backwaters world. Whereas vampires, 100%, yeah, that's supernatural. I don't have an answer for that.
So we understand vampires and vampirism and how it got here. We don't understand Nightbane and how you got here, and it sounds like you don't either, but Nightbane have been around for a while. but this dark day produced more. Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
Correct.
And the Nightbane. There's three of you here, and none of you look the same, whereas vampires kind of look the same.
Yeah.
There are a lot of supernatural creatures on this planet.
Yeah, we're learning that.
Are we to say that the rest are Nightbane that we're seeing?
Potentially, but hard to know without it. There are other options, I believe.
What
We-
other options?
Can tell if we're close to the thing. We'll know if it's a Nightbane. But,
Do you... let me put it this way. How many Nightbane have you seen?
20-ish?
And do any of them look like you?
no.
No.
Wholly unique, everyone.
Are Nightbane known to gather together in groups that look the same?
No.
No.
Not that we know of.
So then there are other supernatural creatures here as well. Interesting.
If we may,
Hmm.
what is your interest with the vampires and this reality?
Sorry, I can't do a derelict voice very well. Exterminate! Exterminate!
Exterminate.
We are on a crusade to kill all vampires and the Shakal.
Hang on. Shakal. Do we know that name?
No.
No. Okay.
What is this Shakal?
Shakal is the race that creates the vampires.
Oh.
Can we help?
Do you know where the Shakal live?
That's the first time I'm hearing that word,
Yeah,
so
probably not.
unlikely.
What is your experience with vampires?
Experience. They chase us. We kill them. They come back to life and chase us, and then we kill them, and then they come back to life, and we just sort of repeat that until they lose our scent.
We actually do have another location we can probably go to. And if one of you accompanied us, you'd probably find 3 more vampires to kill. Because they might catch our scent and they kind of hate us. Because we've killed one of them, I think, 3 times? Was it 3 times?
Yeah, it was at least 3 times, I think.
Personal experience. How much knowledge do you have about vampires and vampirism?
If we put it on a scale of 0 to 100, maybe like 20%?
He doesn't actually whistle.
25.
Oh,
So,
a bit more.
do you know about master vampires? Do you know about the summoning rituals? Do you know... I guess you don't know what the Shakal are? You know none of that lore?
Does that include any of this vampire lore that I supposedly have? I don't know what I have in there.
I don't
I
think...
think you guys might know of such a thing as a master vampire.
Then yeah, I totally know about the master vampire.
we
I've
know
heard of him.
of, have not encountered yet, but honestly, something we would like is to know that lore so that we can help even more so, because if we encounter them, it would be useful if we could get rid of them. That helps further your crusade too, and
So, I see. You can kind of see different lights blinking around, so maybe it's thinking or communicating. Hard to say. Nothing that you recognize as their language.
Hmm.
Just whatever.
It's speaking fourth dimensional binary.
Well, I can definitely see where you are in need of some more knowledge about vampires and vampirism, and for you to understand that your world is a breath away from being destroyed, and
Yeah.
we don't know why it's not already. So let's start at the beginning.
Get outward.
Download in process. Beep, boop. The Shakal are a malevolent species of vampire intelligence. They are extra-dimensional entities that thrive on the life force of entire worlds. They originate from a shadowy home dimension known as the Abyssal Veil. Each Shakar is a singular, godlike conscious capable of reshaping reality to its will. Unlike mortal vampires, the Shakal does not merely feed, it consumes the entire life force essence of a planet, leaving behind a barren husk. These entities are fiercely individualistic, and their immense egos prevent them from cooperating with one another, even if their goals align. The Shakar invade worlds through a very meticulous process. They begin by creating a master vampire, which is a native of the dimension that they wish to invade, and they imbue a piece of fragment of their own essence, the Shakar's own essence, into this individual, creating this master vampire. From there, this master vampire spreads the influence of the Shakar by siring lesser vampires. Starting this situation where vampires crave vampires crave vampires.
It's like a pyramid scheme.
Yes. The goal of this pyramid scheme is once a world's vampire population reaches a critical threshold, which is just done by the presence of the vampire numbers themselves, because each vampire has a piece of the Shakal in it. The Shakal can then actually step into that reality itself.
Oh.
Once arriving on that reality, it unleashes a cataclysmic feeding frenzy and drains all life force from the planet to fuel its own power. This process leaves the world lifeless, ecosystems collapsed, and civilizations erased.
Okay.
Killing a Shakal is a near impossible task. If it by some chance gets summoned to your reality and you somehow manage to kill it, you're really not killing it, you're just banishing it back to its own dimension. And then it could just come back. What you have to do in order to prevent it from just coming back is you have to kill the master vampire that it initially imbued with it part of itself. Once you kill the master vampire, all the sub-vampires that have branched out from that master vampire will instantly die. To kill the master vampire, you have to kill the body, ash the body, and then throw the ashes through a rift.
A rift?
A rift, an interdimensional portal, thereby removing its being, the master vampire's essence, from this reality. That will break the bond. And then if the Shakar is not there, it can't come there. And if the Shakar is there, then once you kill it, it can't come back until it somehow restarts the whole process.
Okay.
The unfortunately, the Mechanoids have been on this task for a while, and we do not know where their home dimension is.
Okay. Right.
So that little bit of information will probably bump your vampire lore another 20%, because you got the pretty much basic gist of it now. Oh, okay. Now this is gonna break you.
Uh-oh.
How many vampire have I said are on Earth?
You haven't, as far as I know.
I don't think so. Yeah.
It's in the millions.
Delicious.
The
That's a
critical
much higher
threshold.
percentage than I thought.
The critical threshold for a vampire population to reach in order to summon the Shakar to the reality is 100,000.
The what? That
Once a
doesn't make
vampire's population reaches 100,000, the Shakar is summoned to that reality.
All right.
Okay,
So
I know that's going to create questions, but let's continue the storyline. Let's give you some background on us.
Lawrence, by the way, has a little unicorn notebook out, and he's just vigorously writing away.
Snap. Oh no, no.
Starts crying.
Eons ago, many eons ago, the Shakal targeted Vorin, a lush, technologically advanced planet inhabited by the Vorians, a race of empathetic, bioluminescent humanoids. The Shakar invasion began as it normally did. A massive vampire emerged and started spreading vampirism like a plague. The Vorians, desperate to survive, poured their resources into creating the Mechanoids, a sentient robotic warrior construction solely based to hunt vampires and the Shakal. Crafted with all of the advanced technology that the Vorians could come up with, the Mechanoids were their pinnacle achievement in technological advancements. Tragically, the Mechanoids were completed too late. By the time the Mechanoids were actually deployed into combat, the Shakar had already been summoned to their world, and in a matter of weeks, drained Vorn of all life, leaving the planet gray, ashen wasteland. The Vorns were extinct, the cities crumbled, the sky full of dust. The Mechanoids, however, not being a life form that the Shaka understood, endured. Their programming, or our programming, allowed us to operate independently. And over the centuries of isolation on this planet, they evolved beyond their original design and actually achieved a true self-awareness. Haunted by their failure to save the creators, the Mechanoids have vowed to hunt the Shakar across all dimensions for hundreds of centuries. For hundreds of centuries, they have been on their crusade, tracking vampire infestations, battling master vampires. Their mission is singular: eradicate the Shakal and prevent further worlds from suffering Voron's fate. Unfortunately, once again, the Abyssal Veil, the Shakal's home dimension, is unknown, so it is a hollow victory. The Mechanoids are relentless. That is their one goal. Each unit is constructed with the goal in mind to destroy and kill vampires and Shakal. Their collective intelligence allows them to share data instantaneously, adapting strategies across dimensional battlefields. You thought it was just four-dimensional. It's not. It's beyond four-dimensional thinking and language.
It's trans-dimensional.
It's transdimensional even. They have destroyed countless massive vampires, they have banished numerous Shakal, and have saved many worlds on the brink of annihilation. But again, their victories are bittersweet because every banishment is just a reminder that the Shakal will return somewhere else. The Mechanoids have learned much about their enemy. This is all just GM notes now. They know that killing the world's massive vampire collapses the vampire hierarchy, rendering the vampires dead. They understand the Shakal summoning, the critical population threshold. They do not know where the Abyssal Veil location is. And the Shakal's refusal to cooperate with one another adds a certain amount of unpredictability to their invasion. It's kind of like a power grab. The bigger the power grab, well, Shakal don't want to share it. And you're looking at a planet of 7 billion. Now, to answer a lot of questions that have come up and to understand what's going on, Earth is an anomaly. And we don't understand why. In all of their eons of crusade against the Shakal, the Mechanoids have never encountered a world like Earth. When they detected Shakal activity on this small blue planet, they arrived to find an unprecedented situation. They know that there are at least 6 Shakal present on Earth right now, with their own vampire networks built out.
The Shakals have already been summoned?
Already been summoned.
Oh.
Now, they're here. They've already been summoned. And the kick of it is, none of them have gone into the feeding frenzy to drain Earth of all of its life. 2, there's more than one here. They've never, ever worked together before. Never. They fight amongst each other if they've ever shown up on a planet because they want to dominate and have all the power themselves. Why there are at least 6, and they think because of the amount of vampires that are here that there might be more than 6 Shakal here. But they've only been able to identify 6. They don't know what's going on. To further complicate it, Earth has a lot of supernatural creatures, which is not normal for a planet or a dimension. Usually the dimension has its creation, whatever that life form is, and that's it. Earth has humans, Earth has Nightbane, Earth has vampires, Earth has these other things that look all the same. You guys know Night Lord. You know, they all look the same. But they can't tell the difference between you guys and them yet. And there's all sorts of different supernatural beings here that aren't a part of this dimension. The Mechanoids suspect that there's something deeper going on here that's making this Earth this nexus point for some reason. They don't know. They don't know if it's a cosmic nexus, a hidden artifact, or a manipulation by an unseen power. They don't know. So, the Mechanoids are cautiously observing and hunting. They want to keep up the appearance that they are hunting vampires because the Shakal know the Mechanoids. They're, enemies. They've been enemies for eons and eons. So they know that if the Mechanoids show up, they're being hunted, and they are hunting them and they are killing them. But they also, the Mechanoids don't understand what the Shakal are doing here without draining Earth. Any one of those Shakal could instantly go into a feeding frenzy and start draining the planet of life. They're here already. They could do that at their will, but they're not. They also don't appear to be openly fighting amongst each other. They want to control this planet, but they don't know why or who or what or whatsoever. That's what they know at the moment. This doesn't make sense to the Mechanoids. And now that I've done that lore dump on you, I will move the document. I've put the document in your root directory.
You have unlocked a new document in your documentary.
Yep.
Documentary directory.
Which is basically a repeat of everything I just said,
Nice.
just for your reference.
Okay. Well,
That's a lot.
that is a lot, and we appreciate it. We do have some information avenues that we can definitely tap to see if we can find more information on the Shakal, so you can, better exterminate them, what have you. Is there a better way for us to meet up, or is this just like a good place? We just meet here?
We will probably only be here about another week.
Oh.
Then we're going to take out this little vampire location and then move on.
Would there be something you might be able to get in touch with us, or we get in touch with you? Because if you're
what
wondering,
can you provide?
well, for some reason the government is hunting our kind. So we're trying to stay off of the technological basis of this planet. Otherwise they might track us. But as far as we can tell, they can't track you. So could we provide something and you adjust it so it's not trackable? By them, not by you?
Could be done. But again, I asked though, what could you offer us?
Like I said, we have other informational pathways. So we go chat, get with them, see if they know some information for you as far as these vampires and the Shakal. Then you might be able to be more efficient in your eliminations.
We also have a
Right
very
now,
strong understanding to the social economic structure of this planet. And a few people who've been alive for over 1,000 years. Well, one. But others who have been alive for hundreds. The history tends to tell the progress of where one is going. So it could help you create a basis of understanding to what's unique about this world.
the main information we are searching for is the location of their home dimension.
Maybe
That
we
is
can
why
look
we're
into
not
that.
going out and just killing all the Shakal here right now. Because if we wanted to, we could.
So then eradication's not so much the problem, it's the location of the dimensional spot.
We have been offered this unique situation where they are not acting normal. Normally, when the Shakal show up, that's the end of the planet. So we would like to know why that is happening, and can we use that situation to get the location of their homeworld somehow? Because if we could do that, then we could go hunt them there, and that would kill them permanently. No more vampires, period.
All right, we can look into that.
Or the other information of why is this planet such a nexus point? What's
would-
different about this planet that's causing everything to show up here? And we could probably help identifying all these other supernatural things, if they are actually Nightbane or what are they.
Well, we can help with the identifying if it's Nightbane or not. That's something we can do. We're also just a good aid and asset base. I mean, unless you can make human bodies and walk around and talk to people.
Now, your technology does not represent a challenge for us to stay invisible from. And you freely share your information already as a species.
Currently.
So, I mean, your internet.
Oh,
Find out pretty much all of it that we need to know, about the human civilization.
yeah.
It's the rest of these species we don't know about. What they're up to, why they're here. That's the information we need. As far as contacting us, one moment. He just sits there, doesn't do anything. Silas is just like looking around, going, "They're not doing anything."
They're probably talking to each other.
After a couple minutes, hot 5, yeah. After a couple minutes, another drone flies in. Silas will see it as it flies in. It's invisible. But then, as it's in the building and out of sight, let's say from the outside world, it becomes visible, and you'll see it slowly float up to Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Hey, it's Eeny. Lawrence.
Eeny?
And it drops a little piece of metal in your hand.
Oh,
But
shiny.
this is not just a. It is probably about a 3-inch by 3-inch square piece of metal, but it definitely has knobs and buttons and a screen area on it. Not like the one you have, which has nothing on it, but somehow it still has all of it. And he
It kind of looks
says,
like a GameCube. Game Boy.
you can use this to contact us.
Very good. Um, I don't know how to say this because I don't want to say it out loud for them to hear it.
Then you probably shouldn't say it. But anyway.
Indeed. Thank you for this gift. We'll leave it right here for a moment and grab it in a little while. And then we'll be back to get it.
And Silas says, hold on. Another robot, not a sphere, materializes, becomes visible. You've seen what these look like before that, except
Yeah.
it's not the 10-foot version. This is a 2-foot version, and he's carrying a box, a metallic box.
What's
And
in the box? What's in the box?
he walks up and sets it down in front of you guys, and turns around and walks back.
That is the cutest thing ever.
And the sphere goes, and that could probably help you guys too.
I open the box.
It's ammo.
Yes, that could be very, very helpful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Picks up the box.
Run away. No, let me out of here. No. Anyway. And everybody present vanishes. But Silas goes, well, they turned invisible anyhow.
Are they moving or are they gone?
No, they're still standing where they were.
Okay, great. So Lawrence, take the ammo, leave the other thing. We'll come back for it in a moment.
How about
Or leave
this?
both? You stay here.
Yes.
Great. We'll be right back to get you. And I'll turn around and signal to the mirror. And then whenever it opens, I'll go through it.
I mean, you
So
can
the
you tell by the aura on the mirror that it's changed to an outbound portal.
So yeah, go through with old Silas. Is Isabella there already?
Yes, most of the camp is there with
Um,
weapons drawn, aiming at the mirror.
Appreciate the backup. Close the mirror real quick.
Bunch of pitchforks.
Yeah, go ahead, close the mirror.
Okay.
So
It goes back actually just to scrying so that they can watch.
the
Lawrence.
mechs
As he starts fiddling with the
apparently
device.
have been on an eons-long crusade, hunting vampires and their ilk, and that's their sole thing, according to them. Which seems great. They're looking for some high-level information, which I don't know if we'll be able to provide, but we can look into it. But the main thing is, they have given Lawrence a little piece of metal in order to contact them, as well as some potentially special ammo. The question is, should we bring it here?
What are your thoughts on it?
I
Can we trust them?
am skeptical. They are robots. I have no idea if we can trust them. As far as I can tell, they could easily be lying to us, and they're really trying to hunt, 2,000-year-old Nightbane. But I will say, they are, keeping watch on these vampires, which may indicate that they are telling the truth, but it's hard to have insights on a extraterrestrial sentient robot when I'm just a human Nightbane thing from Earth. That's why we didn't bring it back here. We figured we'd let everybody make that decision.
I appreciate that. That's a good call. I assume that they gave that to you because they want to establish some type of alliance.
If we can provide the information that they are looking for, they would use it to potentially destroy the vampires in all dimensions for all time. So that seems good.
Vampires are from other dimensions too.
Yeah, there's a lot more information we can get to, but
Okay.
this was the time-sensitive bit as far as
Yeah.
Lawrence being stuck over there.
I get it, but where else would we take it?
Well, we could move the mirror outside the shroud. I don't know if that's a bad idea. And
That's probably a bad idea, but if we were to take it not here, where else would we take it where we'd still have access to it if we needed to? It's just, where would you take it? If it's not here, where would you go and take this communication device?
do we have a second mirror?
I don't know what you mean by second mirror. There are lots of
So,
mirrors out there. We don't have a second camp, no.
Yeah, let me rephrase. Is there a way for us to go through Lawrence's mirror to a different mirror? We hide the object there so we can get to it and then come back here so that it never comes to the camp. But we know where it is and no one else would find it.
Okay. Here's the catch-22 on that.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya's the only one that can mirror walk to mirrors that they've not been to before. You can go somewhere that you've been before since you've been a Nightbane. Have you been to any other mirrors since you've become a Nightbane that still exists?
The
puppy pound's gone.
I had the mirror in my cabin, if that counts.
No. That wouldn't count, unfortunately. See, I don't know where a mirror, since Tanya can't go through the mirror, because Tanya and Sonya cannot be separated, and we need to keep the camp shrouded. Tanya can't go through the mirror. So you have to take it someplace that you've been before. Or Lawrence has been before. Which, since you become Nightbane, and you've been traveling in the wilderness, there are no options. I guess, if they're okay with it, if we have the time, you leave it there, and we search for some other place, and we set this up, but that will take time to find another location, and then go through, pick it up, and take it there. Would they leave it there?
How long?
Would somebody else come by, pick it up? Who knows?
How long to find another mirror?
Days?
Oof.
Our mirror network's not that big yet.
Okay.
The dogs have an opinion somewhere.
Yes, indeed.
Guys,
Anyway.
to insert his thoughts.
As we figure out this mirror conundrum, join us next week and we will have an answer to it. Where, oh where, mirror on the wall, shall we go? Or shall we just leave it there? And will Lawrence blow himself up with his newfound ammo?
Probably.
Probably. Yes. The chances are great that somebody will die. But anyway, join us next week, or join us next time for another exciting adventure into the world of Nightbane. Bye.
The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.